In the previous classes, we have completed the module 1. In module 1, we have discussed regarding need for sanitation, methods of sewage disposal, types of sewerage system, dry weather flow, wet weather flow. Then we have discussed on different types of shapes of sewer, then materials used for sewer, then their maintenance. Okay, and then we have discussed on low cost house treatment, that is by using a septic tank, then sewer appurtenances, the manhole we have discussed, then house drainage, then a typical layout for the house drainage connections that we have seen in the previous classes. Now we will concentrate our study on module 3. In module 3, we are going to discuss on what are the wastewater characteristics, what are the different sampling techniques, then what is the significance of sampling technique, the physical, chemical and biological characteristics of wastewater, then flow diagram of municipal wastewater treatment plant. Okay, in the previous semester we have discussed on the water treatment plant flow diagram you have seen. Now we are going to see the wastewater treatment plant flow diagram, then the units which are used in the wastewater flow diagrams, that is screen, grid chamber, skimming tank, equalization tank, then suspended growth process, fixed film growth process, then design of a trickling filter, okay, activated sludge process, then bioreactor and the sludge digester. So overall in module 3 we will be discussing regarding what are the different wastewater characteristics, and we will be discussing in detail regarding the unit flow diagram or the units which are used in the wastewater treatment plant. Okay, so in detail we are going to study all these things in module 3. Okay, now we will be discussing our we will be focusing our the first topic of module 3 is what are the different wastewater characteristics. Okay, now in the previous semester we have seen what are the different water characteristics. Now in this particular semester we will be concentrating our study on what are the different wastewater characteristics, as in this particular semester we are studying the municipal and industrial wastewater. So we are going to study, we are going to concentrate on what are the different wastewater characteristics. Okay, in the previous class, in the previous semester we have concentrated on water characteristics. Similarly to the water characteristics, right, we are in wastewater also we are going to have the three basic characteristics. That is, in wastewater we are going to have three basic wastewater characteristics, that is nothing but the physical, chemical and biological characteristics. In wastewater also we are going to have three characteristics, that is physical, chemical and biological characteristics. Now you know how the water is, how the pure water should be, and you know how the in the first class of this semester I have distinguished what is water and what is wastewater. I have differentiated between the water and the wastewater. Now we are going to concentrate our study on what are the different physical characteristics of wastewater. Okay, what are the different physical characteristics of wastewater? Now when we have the term we use the physical, when we see the wastewater, what are the different observation that we are going to have it? Okay, now the color we can see it, okay, odor we can we can feel it, then temperature we can measure it, then turbidity we can see it, then the different types of total solids. These are nothing but the different physical characteristics. By observing or by having some say smell, we can take the odor of it, then temperature we can measure it. By looking at the wastewater, what are the different types of things that we are going to see, it all we call it as an the physical characteristics. By looking at it we can tell how the wastewater probably it might be. Okay, so we are going to have the 5 physical wastewater characteristics, that is the color, odor, temperature, turbidity and total solids. These are nothing but the 5 physical characteristics of wastewater. Okay, now we will discuss one by one in detail regarding the physical characteristics. That is, first wastewater characteristics is your color. Okay, now normally how the drinking water will be? The drinking water will be colorless, but how your wastewater will be? The wastewater, the fresh wastewater, or we call it as an sewage, when it is going to come out, right, it will be normally, it will be gray in color. Okay, when the sewage is fresh, or when the wastewater is fresh, normally it will be gray in color. Okay, now as it is going to putrefy, or as it is the decomposition of that wastewater is going to take place, it is going to convert into black in color. Okay, now earlier it was in gray in color, now it is going to turn in black in color. Why? Okay, now as I have told, right, in the introductory class, I have told that the wastewater will be having some of the organic matter in it. Okay, now the wastewater will be having some of the organic matter in it, right? When the organic matter is there, then there will be some of the microbes will be there. Now why I am explaining why this gray color will convert into black color. Okay, now when there are some microorganisms are there in the wastewater, right, what it will do is it is going to consume the food. Okay, the food, how it is going to consume the, or whatever the organic matter in that wastewater is there, it is going to consume on that, and it is going to survive in this wastewater, right? It not only consume the on the organic matter, it also consumes the oxygen which is present in the wastewater. Okay, earlier the fresh wastewater will be grey in color, but as the time passes, it is going to convert black into color. The reason is the wastewater is going to have the organic matter. Along with that organic matter, there are some microbes are there into that wastewater. Now, in order to survive into that wastewater, what these organic or what these microbes does is, it is going to consume the food in the which is there in the wastewater, that is organic matter. It is going to consume by consuming the oxygen which is present in that wastewater. It is going to consume the oxygen which is present in that wastewater. As it is going to decompose, what is going to happen? The whatever the oxygen is there in that wastewater, slowly it is going to get depleted, and the wastewater is going to get decomposed. And when it is going to decompose, it is going to give you black color. Okay, due to the decomposition of the wastewater, the fresh wastewater which was gray in color, it is going to convert it into black in color due to the decomposition of wastewater. Okay, now this is regarding the wastewater. Now the industrial wastewater, again the color of that particular wastewater from the industry, it depends on the different chemicals that we are going to use into the into that particular industry. Okay, so here the normally the fresh wastewater will be gray in color, but as time passes, it is going to decompose and it is going to convert it into black in color. Okay, so this is regarding first physical characteristics, that is color. Okay, now when the color is asked, you should answer, right? The fresh wastewater will be in gray in color, but as time passes, it is going to convert it into black in color due to the decomposition. Next is we will study regarding the odor. Okay, now normal fresh wastewater, it will be musty in odor. That is, it is not usually it is not offensive in the odor, but as the time passes, what is going to happen? Again, there is a decomposition. Whatever the oxygen is present in that wastewater, it is going to be consumed by the microbes which are present in it. And as the oxygen content is getting reduced, what is going to happen? The decomposition is going to happen, and within 3 to 4 hours of the storage of wastewater, all the oxygen present in the wastewater, it is going to be get exhausted and it is going to give you the odor of hydrogen sulfide, that we call it as an H2S. We call it as an H2S. It is going to give you the odor of hydrogen sulfide and other compounds of sulfur, and the anaerobic decomposition is going to take place. Now whatever the oxygen was there, it is going to be consumed by the microbes which are present in it, and slowly the anaerobic condition starts to prevail. Now offensive odor, right, offensive odor can be harmful for man in such different ways. It is going to have the reduction in appetite for food, then lowering in the water consumption. The person who is near to that particular wastewater, he will feel that he has got a reduced in appetite, lowering in the water consumption, then impaired respiration, then cause for mental perturbation, okay, due to the elimination of odor. It is going to give the mental perturbation will be there. So this is how your odor is going to affect the human health. Okay, now the next characteristics is the temperature. We will discuss regarding the temperature of wastewater. Okay, now generally the temperature of wastewater will be, normally it is going to be higher than the water supply. Now why it is going to happen is due to the addition of warm water from house, okay, and from industries. What is going to happen, the temperature of wastewater is going to be, it is normally it will be higher in temperature. When the wastewater flows into the closed conduit, what is going to happen, the temperature is going to increase further. Okay, now this increase in the temperature is also going to affect the viscosity of water. Okay, it is as the temperature is going to increase, the viscosity of water, and also it is going to increase the bacterial activity. It is also going to increase as the temperature increases. It is going to increase the viscosity of water and it is going to increase the bacterial activity. Okay, so this is how your temperature it is going to affect. Okay, the temperature, normally the temperature of wastewater will be, normally it will be higher than your water supply. Then we will be discussing regarding the turbidity. I think you know what is the turbidity is, right? Turbidity, I think this we have studied in detail in your previous semester. It is nothing but I'll repeat it. It is an measure of light emitting properties of wastewater. Okay, and the turbidity indicate the quality of the waste discharges with respect to the colloidal matter. Now higher the turbidity, the more strong is the wastewater. Now as you know, the water is going to have around 99.9 percentage of water, okay, and it is going to have 0.1% of solids in it. Okay, 0.1% solids in it. Now when you are going to have the solids into this particular wastewater, okay, you have taken one container and you are here, it is the wastewater is there. This wastewater is going to have 99.9% of water and 0.1% of solids in it. Now if you take a torch and if you pass a ray of light from that container, what is going to happen, if the water is turbid, if it contains the more amount of solids in it, then what will happen, whatever the rays which are coming from this torch, it is going to get scattered by these solid particle and the ray of light will not come or will not pass, it is not going to pass, and the ray of light will not get observed on the screen. Why is the ray of light, it is going to be get scattered by the solids which are present in the wastewater. Okay, now it is going to be get scattered by the solids which are present into the wastewater. Okay, now if the water is clear, or what is going to happen, whatever the light you are going to emit, right, it is not going to hit and it is not going to be scattered by the solids which are present in that wastewater, and the ray of light will be get visible on this particular screen. So this is regarding the turbidity. Regarding turbidity of wastewater, the wastewater is turbid in nature. More the concentration of wastewater, more the turbidity is. That you need to remember. Okay, regarding turbidity I have explained in the previous semester also in detail. Now we will see regarding the different types of solids which are present in water. Okay, here we call here we are different types of solids will be there in the water. Those are settlable solids, suspended solids, dissolved solids, volatile solids and fixed solids. Okay, now what do you mean by settlable solids? If we take the container of water, wastewater, in that container, if there will be some of the solids which are going to get settled down after some period of time, right? We call them as a settlable solids. Okay, the settlable solids are nothing but the solids which is going to get settled down after placing the water into the container for some period of time. After some period of time, these solids will get settled down at the bottom into the container. These particles we call it as a settlable solids. Now suspended solids. Now what we have done, we have poured the wastewater into this and we have allowed the water to stand in a tank for certain period of time. Even though after giving the certain amount of settling time, there are some of the particle which is not going to get settled down into these particular tank. They always remain in suspension. The particle which always remain in suspension after giving some amount of sedimentation time, the particle which remain in suspension or the particles which will not get settled down, we call it as a suspended solids. Now what are dissolved solids? Dissolved is nothing but they are completely mixing with water. There are the solids which is going to completely mix with water. With the solids which have completely mixed with water, we call them as dissolved solids. Now what are volatile solids? Volatile. Okay, now if we take a container, in that container if we take some wastewater, right, there are some solids which is going to evaporate when we heat it at a temperature of around 600 degrees Celsius. Okay, the particles which are going to evaporate when we heat it at a temperature of 600 degrees Celsius, if those particle which is going to evaporate at a temperature of 600 degrees Celsius, we call them as volatile solids. Okay, now what are fixed solids? Even though the particles which is not going to evaporate, even if we heat it at a temperature of above 600 degrees Celsius, even if heating at a 600 degrees Celsius, the particles are not going to evaporate at this particular temperature, we call them as the fixed solids. Okay, they remain in the container. Okay, so this is nothing but the different types of solids which are present. Okay, so in today's class we have completed what are the different physical characteristics of wastewater. That is, we have discussed on color, odor, temperature, turbidity and solids. Okay, so in the next class we will be discussing regarding the chemical characteristics of wastewater. Okay, thank you.